All right. Hello, chat. I really should have played an opener, but I forgot to. Hello, chat. This is a new series. First of all, let's catch y'all up. So I'm streaming this to both channels, right? ASC Presents and also the Clippaverse, and I'm also going to be streaming these rest of the series on the Clippaverse. And also, just so ASC Presents knows, people on ASC Presents, it's going to be on the Clippaverse from now on. I'm just doing both for today. Also, young Clippa is busy making his album, and I gotta paint all of these warehouses, or else he's not gonna stream with me again. 10 paintings of warehouses on these canvases. How exciting! There's a big series I might have. Check this out. I have a 16 by 20 inch canvas, and here's the plan. This first project is gonna be the warehouse. It's gonna be lit on fire, and this first pass I gotta do the sketch for it, and then I also have to prime it as well. It's good. It's honestly it's a pretty fun time. I got all the chats here. I had to turn my mic down. Also in other drama stuffs, Yellow Flash's comic has the crowdfunding has started today, and there's a lot of people who are saying that Dullard is a victim, and I don't think so. Mainly because he had 3 years to stop drawing with no pay, including a flood, and at any point he could have just stopped, and he had 40% of the rights, so he could have just had another artist do it. But he decided that amongst Yellow Flash's falling out with EVS, amongst Yellow Flash calling Katie Dig of dogfucker, amongst all the drama stuff that happened, Dullard didn't do anything. And that is saying something. Doing nothing is also an option. That's also a choice. Doing nothing is a choice. On top of doing something, saying something is the choice. Just because he hasn't been anti-CG does not mean that just because he's saying he's not anti-CG does not mean that he's acting in CG's favor. He's acting against CG by working with people against CG. I'm just saying. All right. We got some people here digging to post, and Jengai are here. Got to play 10 happy little warehouse fires. What a deadline. And also, number 2 with Fries on ASC Presents his high mints. Hello, guys. Oh, check this out. I got a protractor. It's better than a ruler because it has a curved end as well. And I'm really happy to have the protractor. It's just fun to do this. All right, let's do this. I've sent out a link on StreamYard. There might be people coming through. Who knows? We're about to find out. But here's what I'm gonna be starting with. Here's the dealio. I'm gonna do a sketch, and I'm gonna do the sketch of the warehouse. And it's gonna be on fire. These other paintings, the next paintings in this series, there's gonna be a series of paintings. This is just the first painting out of a lot of them. The series is gonna have the warehouse being destroyed in one way or another. Like, man, I feel like an asshole for not remembering his name, but there's what's his name? The burning banks guy. He draws a lot of banks that's on fire. He went on the Dick Show. Alex Schaefer. Alex Schaefer went on the Dick Show, and he draws banks on fire, and I'm inspired by that. I was like, I should draw the warehouse on fire.
He doesn't fucking draw.
He doesn't draw. He paints. Ah! Ah!
Learn what words are.
All right. I don't know how all this started, but it's been highly entertaining, says Bishop, and JJ says Alex Schaefer. I'm not here to do a history lesson. I'm not a history, so I'm not good with names. Learn words, says Stan. Delucia says, have someone destroy a warehouse by taking a flaming shit on one. That is something I won't be doing, but something I do have an idea. Why is my mic so hot? I turned it down already. One of the ideas is going to be the Prius. Going through the gay Prius, smashing through the warehouse. That's one of the ideas. I've not come up with any other ideas. It's the burning the warehouse and the glass, the glass shattering. Probably like multiple Priuses, because a Prius can't really do that much damage to a warehouse just by itself. Maybe it's like a swarm of Priuses. Who knows? So I got my pencil. What do I want? Nothing with B in it. I don't want a B. I want an H. Oh, here's a 2H. I have my warehouse reference. Dickinson Post says you gotta load up the Prius with fertilizer. JJ asks, are you gonna take it down to the warehouse and pose in front of it with the painting? I don't know. I don't know what Clippa's gonna do. Also, the Quaff's here. Hello, the Quaff. Hey, the Quaff. Happy Yellow Flash launch day. Also, you know it's Penguin Day? It's Penguin Day. Penguin Day and the Yellow Flash comic book launch day. How y'all feeling about Golden Patriot, the mighty Golden Patriot? What's y'all's feelings on that? Also, Delucia says a Prius might burn it up, but it'd have to be newer one with lithium battery. You know what? I have to get to the painting. It's time to paint. This ain't gonna paint itself. Jay says Alex Schaefer sits in front of the bank while he paints it burning. If you want to match his energy, young Clippa has to at least photograph the painting in front of the warehouse. Eventually I'll paint in one front of the warehouse. Also, Dalish is here. Hello, Dalish.
Hold up! Yeah. YG, Clippa, and Goldie. What it is what it is, and that's what it's gonna be. I pissed on the porch. See it? Got a pistol in my pocket and a pitch up in my Ford. Prius, if you wanna be adored, it ain't hard to find your hoard, but got a lot of hate to absorb when you're like me, kids, and I need it, cause I eat it, so please never stop feeding. Venus, fly trap the lichen and make it disappear. I lack the mind that could contemplate a haunted place with more at stake than I have here. Show up with a knife and they won't like that. Maybe I'm lying. Maybe I didn't write that. Maybe I have multiple people in me and I've snapped. At the heart of this is you owe me an apology, Rippa. I ain't the hardest shipping shit I can Victorians at Rippa. With the door for the printer with pictures of people you stripped of. I skip the game and see the armors fall at the heart of the Rippa. I'm YGC, aka Mr. Sinister Clippa. If you don't say sorry soon, I'm throwing darts at your sister. If you don't say sorry soon, I'm throwing darts at your sister.
Yeah. Trixie. Eric July is just a black guy without much to say and mostly just lies. Like Isom, I know there's no way he writes. He barely can speak. His podcast is mostly silence. I could never leave so long a gap. I have more intriguing thoughts in bed when I'm having a nap. I could rap so much better, it's sad, cause I'm not even black. Trixie on the track, rockin' nappy head backwards. Nobody can.
Juan Wong sent an Australian too. Why is the microphone dented? Because I've dropped it a few times. Thank you so much for the super chat.
Trixie motherfucking go
in a
bitch
bag.
in the bitch, that's how we do this.
case. That
I'm YGC, aka Mr. Sinister Clippa. If you don't say sorry soon, I'm throwing darts at your sister.
Ooh, Young Clippa sent out some memberships, so 5 of y'all are members to the ASC Presents channel. Y'all get a cactus next to your name and the pull up emoji. Also, Snorgon of Borkod said this is majestic. Thank you.
Hold up! Yeah. YG, Clippa, and Goldie. What it is what it is, and that's what it's gonna be. I pissed on the porch. See it? Got a pistol in my pocket and a pitch up in my Ford. Prius, if you wanna be adored, it ain't hard to find your hoard.
Ooh, Katie did became a sound crouton. Thank you so much. She became a member. How you doing, Katie did?
Shit, I can Victorians at Rippa with the door for the printer with pictures of people you stripped of. I skip
Ooh, watermark became a Clippa on the Clippaverse. Thank you so much, low watermark. Also, it is now.
What's up, my Clippa?
Eric, July is just a black
That's so
guy
loud.
without much to say and mostly just
Yeah, but it's fine
lies
because
like
we're
ice.
outside in
I
our
know
residential
there's no
neighborhood
way
at
he
nighttime.
writes, he barely can
It's
speak.
raining
His
outside.
podcast is mostly silence.
Woo.
I could never leave so long a gap. I have more intriguing thoughts in bed when I'm having a nap. I could rap so much better, it's sad, cause I'm not even black. Trixie on the track, rockin' nappy head backwards. Nobody can understand Isom's powers. Hashtag Yaira, counting down the hours. Take off your shirt, this shaver's powered. Imagine getting bored down this hard by powder. I'm the twisted fire starter, coward. Rip on by lone, feel the bullets shower. For cannon's sake, we gon' take this now. Comments on comments, bat baseline power. Trixie motherfucking Goldie Witch in the bitch, that's how we do this.
I'm YGC, aka Mr. Sinister Clipper.
Ooh, Katie did. Is a member for 2 months on Clippa's on the Clippaverse channel. She says, "Beautiful mint in the powerful Clippa." Oh, thank you, Katie did.
Hold up.
Yay! Thank you for being a member for 2 months. I gotta design some sort of badge for the Clippaverse, but I have one for ASC Presents.
I pissed on the porch. See it? Got a pistol in my pocket and a pitch up in my Ford. Prius, if you wanna be adored, it ain't hard to find your hoard, but got a lot of hate to absorb when you're like me, kids, and I need it, cause I eat it, so please never stop feeding. Venus, fly trap the ligand and make it disappear. I lack the mind that could contemplate a haunted place with more at stake than I have here. Show up with a knife and they won't like that. Maybe I'm lying. Maybe I didn't write that. Maybe I have multiple people in me and I've snapped. At the heart of this is you owe me an apology, Rippa. I ain't the hardest shipping shit on tipping cards out, Rippa. With a corporate printer with pictures of people you stripped of. I skip the game and see the armors fall at the heart of you, Rippa. I'm YGC, aka Mr. Sinister Clipper. If you don't say sorry soon, I'm throwing darts at your sister. If you don't
Is the
say
warehouse
sorry soon, I'm
burning?
throwing darts at your
Yeah, I'm drawing it in a pencil first. It is hard to see because I'm drawing it in pencil. And then I gotta do the wash, which is just white paint.
Mostly just lies like Isom. I know there's no way he writes. He barely can speak. His podcast is mostly silence. I could never leave so long a gap. I have more intriguing thoughts in bed when I'm having a nap. I could rap so
Oh, I need to grab my white paint. I'm not gonna make a ton of progress on this tonight. It's in a drawer. It's in the drawer closest to the wall on the bottom. Okay, I'll
Trixie motherfucking Goldie Witch in the bitch, that's how we do this.
I'm YGC, aka Mr. Sinister Clipper. If you don't say sorry soon, I'm throwing darts at your sister. Hold up! Yeah. YG, Clippa, and Goldie. What it is what it is, and that's what it's gonna be. I pissed on the porch. See it? Got a pistol in my pocket and a pitch up.
Oh, chat, do you like my dumpster? Shout out D-Wag for getting me a dumpster.
Find your hoard, but got a lot of hate to absorb when you're like me, kids, and I need it, cause I eat it, so please never stop feeding. Venus, fly trap the ligand and make it disappear. I lack the mind that could contemplate a haunted place with more at stake than I have here. Show up with a knife and they won't like that. Maybe I'm lying. Maybe I didn't write that. Maybe I have multiple people in me and I've snapped. At the heart of this is you owe me an apology, Rippa. I ain't the hardest shipping shit on tipping cards.
You know, I think this is my first painting in, I think, I'd say acrylic painting. It's been like a few years. It's been at least 5 years since I've done an acrylic painting. Watercolor, it's been about a couple of months since I've done watercolor. So
Yeah.
I'm glad to get back to painting.
Trixie. Eric July is just a black guy without much to say and mostly just lies. Like Isom, I know there's no way he writes. He barely can speak. His podcast is mostly silence. I could never leave so long a gap. I have more intriguing thoughts in bed when I'm having a nap. I could rap so much better, it's sad, cause I'm not even black. Trixie on the track, rockin' nappy head backwards. Nobody can understand Isom's powers. Hashtag Yaira, counting down the hours. Take off your shirt, this shaver's powered. Imagine getting bored down this hard by powder. I'm the twisted fire starter, coward. Rip on right lone, feel the bullets shower. Four cannons say.
Oh, Mark says, have I tried watercolor? Yes, I have. I've done a few watercolors. I actually learned how to watercolor. I took this class in college. It was a intro to watercolor pencils. Oh, sorry, the heart was moved. The heart moved over. The heart was over the pencils. I've tried watercolor pencils once or twice,
Yeah.
but not much. I have not tried much watercolor pencil.
What it is what it is.
All right, I got some white. Here's the white.
I pissed on the porch. See it? Got a pistol in my pocket and a bitch up in my Ford. Prius, if you wanna be adored, it ain't hard to find your hoard, but got a lot of hate to absorb when you're like me, kids, and I need it, cause I eat it, so please never stop feeding.
And here's a big old brush.
The like and make it disappear. I lack the mind that could contemplate a haunted place with more at stake than I have here. Show up with a knife and they won't like that. Maybe I'm lying. Maybe I didn't write that. Maybe I have multiple people in me and I've snapped. At the heart of this is you owe me an apology, Rippa. I ain't the hardest shipping shit on Kim Victorians at Rippa. With the door for the printer with pictures of people you tripped up. I skip the game and see the armors fall at the heart of the Rippa. I'm YGC, aka Mr. Sinister Clippa. If you don't say sorry soon, I'm throwing darts at your sister. If you don't say sorry soon, I'm throwing darts at your sister.
Yeah. Trixie. Eric July is just a black guy without much to say and mostly just lies. Like Isom, I know there's no way he writes. He barely can speak. His podcast is mostly silence. I could never leave so long a gap. I have more intriguing thoughts in bed when I'm having a nap. I could rap so much better, it's sad, cause I'm not even black. Trixie on the track, rockin' nappy head backwards. Nobody can understand Isom's powers. Hashtag Yaira, counting down the hours. Take off your shirt, this shaver's powered. Imagine getting bored down this hard by powder. I'm the twisted fire starter, coward. Rip on right lone, feel the bullets shower. Four cannons sake, we gon' take this hour. Comments on comments, fat baseline power. Trixie motherfucking Goldie Witch in the bitch, that's how we do this.
I'm YGC, aka Mr. Sinister Clippa. If you don't say sorry soon, I'm throwing darts at your sister. Pull up! Yeah. YG, Clippa, and Goldie. What it is what it is, and that's what it's gonna be. I pissed on the porch. See it? Got a pistol in my pocket and a bitch up in my Ford. Prius, if you wanna be adored, it ain't hard to find your hoard, but got a lot of hate to absorb when you're like me, kids, and I need it, cause I eat it, so please never stop feeding. Venus, fly trap the like and make it disappear. I lack the mind that could contemplate a haunted place with more at stake than I have.
Is the spray can the sealant? Yes, it is.
They won't like that. Maybe I'm lying. Maybe I didn't write that. Maybe I have multiple people in me and I've snapped. At the heart of this is you owe me an apology, Rippa. I ain't the hardest shipping shit on Kim Victorians at Rippa. With the door for the printer with pictures of people you tripped up. I skip the game and see the armors fall at the heart of the Rippa. I'm YGC, aka Mr. Sinister Clippa. If you don't say sorry soon, I'm throwing darts at your sister. If you don't say sorry soon, I'm throwing darts at your sister.
and mostly just lies. Like Isom, I know there's no way he writes. He barely can speak. His podcast is mostly silence. I could never leave so long a gap. I have more intriguing thoughts in bed when I'm having a nap. I could rap so much better, it's sad, cause I'm not even black. Trixie on the track, rockin' nappy head backwards. Nobody can understand Isom's power.
Oh,
Shh.
hello.
Hey, Mint. How
How
you
you?
doing?
I'm doing
Uh,
good. How are you doing?
Wait,
How's
who's zooming
your day?
in on your boobs?
Riley is. Sorry, young
Okay.
people would be. Uh,
Zoom in on mine.
I don't know if he has your control.
My wife is watching right now, so I'm giving her a show.
Amazing. Are you enjoying me paint a white canvas white?
Yeah, isn't there a famous painting that's worth like a couple $100 million that's just white paint?
Yeah, I think that exists. I don't know what it's called though. Emptiness? Whiteness? Chat, does anybody in chat know?
Superiority.
Oh, I know what that painting was called in Daredevil. It was Rabbit in a Snowstorm. It's because of its title episode that it appeared in.
Was that the new season?
No, first season of the old one.
Where is that still on Netflix, or do you have to go on New Hulu for it? No.
I think you have to go. I think it's on Disney Plus now.
It's okay. So what you painting, Mint?
Warehouse burning. The warehouse burning.
Are you gonna set it on fire when you're done with it, or are you gonna auction it off?
I'm gonna auction them. I'm gonna have 10 to auction.
Wow.
Yeah, this is part of a series. This is the first painting out of the entire series so far.
So what's been going on with you, Mint?
Some crybaby loser anti-comic skater tweeting at you, Mint, about how you're threatening Eric by painting a painting.
Oh no, that's so funny. What were you saying, J Bomba? Clippa.
No, I was just asking. Oh no, go ahead.
I was just saying Clippa interrupted what you were saying.
It's okay.
Yeah.
No, I just came by just to keep up my appearances of guilt by association. So.
Yeah. What do you mean by that?
Well, Mint, I'm not supposed to stream with you because you're a bad person. You do bad things. All that stuff.
I guess I'm confused.
Well, I get accused of live streaming with you, and that's a bad thing.
Oh. Oh, by the way, that is wet, so careful. People think you're bad because you live stream with me?
Yeah.
Who's saying that?
Well, the typical, head wound behavior kind of people.
Oh, the head wounds.
The head wounds, yep. Wound campaign, head wound campaign. Absolutely.
Head wound campaign. Boy Blue asks, how is Mint bad?
No, she's not. It's just, people are intimidated by her artistic prowess.
Yeah, I can paint white on white better than any of them.
Mm-hmm. That's okay. Who's doing squats? Why is that Riley doing squats?
Yes, he's got the cactus on his head.
How long before he gets out of breath?
We're about to find out. This hasn't happened before. So we're about to find out together live, chat.
Guys, if you want to see Riley do, he will do for each dollar as super chatted. He will do a squat.
That's a good goal. One squat equals one Riley's. $1 equals one Riley squat.
Mm-hmm. Come on, let's get this boy in shape. Although he's doing it for free now, which is kind of counterproductive.
You gotta stand there. You gotta wait until the dollar, and then you do the squat.
I need to keep an eye on the chat here. Uh-oh. Nothing so far.
Riley left.
So, what has inspired you to paint the warehouse burning?
So Alex Shafier, he paints banks on fire. And I was like, I want to do a warehouse on fire in the style of his stuff. So that's the inspiration.
Now, you said you got 10 of these you're going to be painting. Are they all going to be warehouses, or are you going to mix it up?
They're all going to be warehouses. It's just going to be different ways the warehouse is destroyed. Like, I haven't decided for the other ones, but I know for a fact that the Prius is going to be smashing through the warehouse.
Yeah, it's just burning.
That's a good one.
Different destruction reasons. Mint.
Did you ever play Zelda: A Link to the Past?
The Boozer Bird's already dead.
I have not played that game. I think I've only played a little bit of the Wii one, the Twilight Princess.
The Wii one. Okay. Now, in the Zelda games, you know what happens when you sit there and you just attack the chicken?
It attacks you?
Oh, a bunch of chickens fly in and attack you, right? Do they still do that in the games?
I don't know. I haven't played a Zelda recently.
I haven't either. That's why I brought up an old one. Could you have a chicken attack on the warehouse? Could you paint that?
A giant chicken attacking the warehouse?
A kaiju chicken would work.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
That's a good idea.
Maybe he's breathing fire.
What else happens?
It just has to be on fire and it's getting destroyed at some various way. Like this first one is just going to be burning. The second one, I don't know. It's going to be burning in some other action, but they all have to be burning. So yeah, there can be one where the warehouse is being attacked by a kaiju chicken and
breathing
it's burning.
fire.
Yeah,
that'll work. Down in front.
Ooh. A man called Plush sent $5 and said super chat for Link to the Past mention. Ooh, thank you so much, a man called Plush. And also June Wong sent an Australian 5. I have a theory. Fire looks more realistic if you paint the flames as transparent light sources, like wavy glowing crystals. That's a good theory. I shall keep that in mind while I paint. Thank you.
That's 10 squats.
I'm doing this mostly for art practice. Also, Riley has to do 10 squats now. $1 equals 1 squat.
Yeah, Link to the Past is the greatest Super Nintendo game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good job. Oh, he's doing bonus.
You're doing overboard.
Yeah, you're working overtime. Well,
He's
12.
Overtime.
All right, chat. Oh gosh.
We did a chat. It's almost like Riley's fit, says Shadow.
That's our objective, chat. We got to get them fit.
Delucia says you need to draw someone, quote, wearing a house that gets ran over by a Prius. In the Prius is you on your phone not noticing.
Hmm. So what's some other ideas? Super chat some ideas too, guys.
Yeah,
We
get
can
them ideas.
Because
I
we
only
can
have-
get like a double. We can get a double thing. Riley can get in shape, and Mint can get some inspiration.
Also, I don't have to accept everything you give me as 1 out of 10. If it's bad, I'll burn it on stream.
Okay. I'm thinking this is looking pretty white and primed.
Now, what's the purpose of priming the canvas?
Makes it so the paint sticks easier to the canvas. Also, if you're curious, same idea for primer and makeup, and like I did model painting this past weekend. I went to a con where I did miniature model painting for the first time, and I was like, you got to have a primer. And it was just like black paint. I was like, okay, that's gonna inspire me to use white paint as the primer because I didn't see anything labeled primer in the shelves. So I was like, well, it's probably just like paint because the purpose of the primer is just so the paint sticks to the surface and it helps it blend too.
Okay. Well, they do that on walls to cover up like cracks and nails and stuff like that. So when
Yeah,
you're
that
doing
makes
your
sense.
house, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what perspective, if that's the right word, what's the angle you're looking at the warehouse from the sidewalk, above it, and the very front of it?
It's kind of at a I have it drawn kind of a little bit above the warehouse, but like slightly. You can still see the warehouse because I wanted to show the fire and then like the warehouse in the corner and the fire is taking up a lot of the canvas.
Okay. Now, are there going to be any Rippaverse employees painted in?
Not in this one. Maybe for the other ones. Who knows?
Oh, okay.
We'll see what chat suggests.
You got to do the kaiju chicken one though. That's got to be a must.
I'll definitely do a kaiju chicken.
That's my contribution.
Let's see. Paint the warehouse by being destroyed by a watermelon-sized hail. Car collision causing fire. Pink bunny suit arsonist running away as warehouse burns. Warehouse surrounded by money, all burning as a metaphor for poor business choices. Warehouse destruction by Clipper Megazord, seen as how Power Rangers are a thing today. Also, Hack the Movies, very famous YouTubers in the chat. And he says, look at that guy's real muscles.
Yeah. That's Tony, right? That's his name, Tony?
Yes.
Hey, Tony. Your ticket to the gun show. Yeah.
He has muscles, too.
Yeah, it's just all this stuff. Just all the stuff here is kind of saggy, you know? That's what happens when you get deflated.
I just thought of a funny joke.
Shoot.
Start doing a joke. That's the best way to start a joke. How about now you tell the joke? Tell that really funny joke. We're all primed for it. This is gonna be Chat, are you fucking ready for the funniest, most silly ass shit you've ever heard? This is gonna be the funniest joke ever. She may as well be Jerry Seinfeld for you right now. She primed you. You're ready. It's time. Let's hear it. Take it away.
Tony needs to deflate that big ass head of his.
Heyo.
Oh, that was actually pretty good. You got fucking roasted, Tony, you big head bitch.
Oh, so he was blocked by Vito. Yeah, Vito's been on a blocking spree. He's having a big old melty. And not the good kind like melted cheese on a grilled cheese sandwich.
He said he wasn't going to Hackamania anymore. We'll see if that's true. Everybody super chat him. When his show starts, ask him if he's ready to deal with me at Hackamania. Because I'm coming for you. Vito. Oink, 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 oink.
Active movie says BRB on a KMS. All right, enjoy doing that. Jengai says Vito blocked Tony. Yes. You want to see the progress? I'm waiting on it to dry a little bit. I have the primer on it. Ooh, a man called Plush sent a $2 and said $2 for Riley Kung Fu. Oh yeah, Riley has to do 2 more squats.
Kung Fu
And-
squats.
Kung Fu squats. How do you do Kung Fu squats?
You go hiya. Yo.
He said 2 is not worth him moving. It has to be 5 or more.
Ugh,
Actually,
golly,
10 or
man.
more for him to do the squats. At least
That's it.
10, or else he's not gonna move. Chat. You know what to do.
That's his
Wanna
fault
get
for like
fit?
giving a free stuff.
Why is
Who was
Clippa
it?
not streaming more? Because I have to paint these paintings. It's also Comicsgate Drama's fault because we were supposed to stream earlier this month, but Comicsgate Drama he paired on the who's your most hated poll. He put me and Riley as the same option, and it was already too late. So young Clippa just canceled. He was like, "Fuck that shit. We're not the same person." And he wants to win the most hated, okay? And I'm not as hated as he is, so pairing me and him together it just makes him lose. And he ain't about that. So also I have to do these portraits. I have to finish this series, and then I have to finish the series, or else we can't do the For Canon's Sake until then. So that's what the next thing is this. I think this is almost dry now. It's not dry.
Oh, isn't that cute? John and Ethan finally met up.
Oh yeah, I did see that.
I think Ethan took him to his house. Wow, that's a big step.
Houses are cool. They're just like the outside, but there's a 4 walls and a roof.
An air conditioning.
They're like the outside. Yeah, that's. They're just like it's just like outside, but with the surroundings.
Well, that means he trusts him enough to allow him to know where he lives. You know.
That's true. Do you have a fan
Unlike
to dry it
PTP.
quickly? I do not. I'll just have to air dry. I'm going to do this in layers. I'm going to approach this in layers. So, the next stream, I'll be able to put
The
a lot
second
more
coat
work
of primer.
It's not a second coat of primer. It's going to be when I actually start like the piece and get it finished. Ooh, a man called Plush sent $10 Edinos. Hell, not even squats, just kung fu. Riley, he sent $10.
So that's
$10.
12 total.
What?
$12 rules.
You gotta do 12 because he sent 2 and then he didn't get up.
I know how accumulation I'm smarter than you are. What if I got white paint in your face?
That would be
You would
bad.
have fallen for that because you're not clever. Get fucked. Throw this in the yard.
Oh.
I'm warming up.
He's warming up, chat.
1, 2, 3.
Painting. It's actually a bad idea.
It is a bad idea.
Be over here more.
Yeah.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 6, 7, 8.
I heard what you did there. You just trying to get him to do more squats.
That's an old gym trick. Good job, Riley.
What? He's going final form. That was his final form.
Didn't Sturgis, wasn't he on Twitch doing exercises for follows or money back in the day?
For follows, he should do it for follows because he really needs the exercise. No one's going to give him money. Also, young Clippa said he's done.
Once you start, you can't stop till the stream stops.
He said I quit. Why do you think he's what he is?
Brutal.
Let's see. Please refresh this chat. There we go.
So what's Mighty Golden Patriot up to right now?
Well, it released the fundraiser thing, not fundraiser, comic book campaign. Why do I fuck? I'm now blanking on the word. That ever happened to you? You just have the word. You were talking about it like literally half hour ago, and now you just.
Oh, you're talking about the pre-order.
Pre-order. That's what it is. That started today.
Mm-hmm.
What's it at now? Last time I checked, it was at 17K.
I'm trying to find a link because I really don't want to type it in because I'm pretty lazy, but I'll find it in a second. Give me a sec.
Chat is saying about 31K. My guess was 500K. What's your guess?
What, total?
Yeah. What do you think it's going to make total?
I'm going to say between 220 and 250.
Yeah, that's about right. My first guess was 100K, and then I was like, well, maybe you'll make more. So, yeah, I'm going to stick with 500K.
Well, I mean, the hype. Here's the deal, and I'm not criticizing him, like, but the circumstances that were created were the book is delayed. It was supposed to come out not this past October, but the October prior. I think 2023, right?
Yeah, I think yeah.
So that's about a year and a half late. It was announced back in 2023 or 2020, the end of 2022, roughly. And so essentially it's like 2.5, 3 years late. Okay, yeah, that kind of slows up. It being his first campaign as well. That kind of like, with the delay, that kind of hurt being his first campaign because he didn't really hype it up as much as Eric did. Eric's was just like super hyped, with all those videos, and he was doing a media tour. Like, I mean, he was coming on Comicsgate and all that stuff. Flash wasn't doing any of that stuff. Basically, his promotion was, ha ha ha, EVS is dumb, ha ha ha, Back Mighty Golden Patriot will show him. Like it's all like, spite money. And yeah, spite bucks does work. Not like that. If it was against Disney, yeah, of course. If it was against something that was like really mainstream, yeah, it's going to work with spite, because people got thousands of people got pissed off. But most of the people that would buy something in spite would be against Flash. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because of his behavior, you know?
Yeah, and yeah, though you hit it with saying that he didn't really market it. Eric July really marketed the motherfucking shit out of his campaign. And
Yeah, the first two, yeah.
Yeah. And honestly, who cares about Power Rangers? Like, it's been going for 30 years. Power Ranger fans don't even care about Power Rangers. It's just, I mean, I think Netflix is doing a show reboot, but that's like in the air, I think. But the Boom Studio books exist and are fine, and they're comic books. If you want to read a Power Ranger, you gotta do that. You gotta read the Boom Studio books. Like, and he's marketing against the Boom Studio books, which are like pretty good. And he has nothing to market against either, except for, like you said, EVS, but that's pretty flimsy. Because anybody with a brain would be like, well, why are you marketing against somebody who knows how to make comic books? And you're trying to do a comic book campaign. It makes me think that somebody with a brain would think that Yellow Flash is a retard.
Well, I'm not going to give a clinical diagnosis.
Sorry, we're not doctors here.
No, but it's just like I will judge him on his behavior because, like, for the past year, I mean, since like January or last year, right? He's all been about late books, right? And he was really only, like you said, pointing it all at Ethan, right? At EVS. So, but while he's sitting on a late book, you know what I mean? Then he's going on people's streams who have late books and super chatting them to make fun of Ethan for having a late book while having a late book.
Shadow Cataclysm. It's not literally Power Rangers, but it's a parody would be fine. But who the fuck cares? Like, it's such a derivative. Like, really, who cares?
To be honest with you, if he left that out, it would have been better.
Idiot!
Okay.
Hear you speak and I get angry at it. Doesn't fucking matter. The point that Mint should be making here is that the market for Power Rangers is so full of Power Rangers and so empty of people that it doesn't matter. If you make a shitty fucking Superman, then you're tapping into the biggest comic book market in the fucking world. If you make a shitty manga, you're tapping into the largest the largest published book market in the world. If you make a shitty fucking Power Rangers movie, you're doing nothing. Die.
Well put.
Power Rangers is stupid, even to Power Ranger fans. I love Power Rangers, and they're stupid. They're fucking dumb. They're not worth any money. Nobody would spend any money on them. That's why Saban is like fucking bankrupt. That's why there's not Power Rangers movies going on right now. That's why 30 years of a household name amounted to almost nothing in fucking brand power. That's why they can't sell toys in Walmart right now competitively against Nerf.
Well, I mean, like Power Rangers, the core audience is in their 30s and 40s, right? Because it that kind of thing appeals to kids. So it doesn't really age up with, like it's kind of like a fad thing that they stretch too long. So maybe, Riley's got a point there, that there's really no reason to continue doing it.
Yeah.
But to be honest with you, I didn't even like it when I was a kid. I think, when did that come out? Like 93?
Yeah, it was like 93, 95. Like, for example, Rebel Moon was Zack Snyder's answer to Star Wars. Nobody's looking for an answer to Power Rangers. Plus, Super Sentai already exists, and it's much better than Power Rangers. And that's like where Power Rangers came from.
Oh yeah, so they just go to the Japanese stuff and read the manga and watch the animes.
Yeah, If they want more Power Rangers, there's Power Rangers in an entirely different language other than English. So there's a lot of it.
And the reason it worked back in the day was because there wasn't a whole lot of access to that stuff. So they were able to do all the edits and cuts with all the crappy fight scenes. I'm sorry. I mean, like every time they punch, there's an explosion. It's kind of dumb.
What? Can I talk? I was waiting for him to stop.
Yeah, he's finished.
I forgot to mention for all the autistic fucks listening and watching, I didn't mean there's literally no audience. I mean that the 1 million of us who give a shit about Power Rangers are too smart for Yellow Flash's garbage knockoff. We would just buy a Boom Studios book or go read Sentai mangas or watch Sentai shows or nobody likes Common America. This is all fucking a lie. You're all being lied to by conservative grifts. None of you are schizophrenic enough, okay? You're not fucking schizophrenic enough. And you need to make sure that all of your appliances are properly plugged in and the cables aren't loose. Otherwise, your house is going to catch on fire. You need to be worried about this happening. It happens inside of every art movement. The house just starts burning down because nobody was checking the plugs.
Good to know.
Ow, you're in my way.
I don't care.
Why did Clippa do this?
He's showing off.
All right. Well, Riley broke the lamp. That's what happened. Curious Comics says, Riley, you're too smart to like Power Rangers. Oh yeah, I have the perfect outline color. I made this a very, very light blue.
The camera's off. Off center. It's more on the cactus in your painting, man.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Well, I mean, Flash kind of bit himself in the foot too, or shot himself in the foot. No pun intended. YouTube. I don't want to get men in trouble. When like I said, like he was doing the whole thing with deciding to go after the late books and all this stuff. Then he would switch and pivot, and he would repost people blasting crowdfunding and people like, oh, whenever Eric would say these people don't know what you're doing with their money, they're not being responsible with it and all that nonsense. So and then what he did with the Comicsgate was a Comicsgate community group. So I mean, like, who's gonna really? I mean, if he had not done what he did this past year, I can almost promise you he'd be making $800 to $1 million this campaign.
Mm-hmm.
Because let's just face it, Comicsgate is a big marketing juggernaut as far as promotion. Like everyone just promotes what they like, and somebody who, let's just face it, Flash was well liked within the community before all the stupidity.
I got distracted. Sorry.
That's okay. I don't know. I was just filling dead air. I was just filling the dead air.
I was listening to him.
You're on your phone.
And then I got distracted.
You're on your phone, asshole.
Sorry, I was on my phone.
Your head is fat.
Your head's not as fat as Tony Frank the movie's head. He has a fatter head than all of us. That's because all his brain's there, and it's some room for spaghetti as well because he's Italian. That's how it works. I didn't make the rules.
The science is settled.
This painting looks like shit. You're supposed to be good at painting. I thought you could paint.
Well, my mom can paint. Doesn't mean I can. It's gonna be pretty. I mean, I'm just doing the outlines. I have to do another stream where well, hold on.
You're wrapping it up now. Explain how long it's going to take for you to be done with this project so we can move on to the rest of our night.
Okay. This is gonna take. I don't know how long it's gonna take. It's gonna take a while. It's gonna take the time it needs to take.
Terrible fucking answer.
I don't know. Like I'm saying, a month or something for this paint.
Promise, over-deliver.
A month. Let's say that should work. A month
And you-
for a painting.
Every time
A month for one painting.
you can add another year to the release. Like Vito.
It'll come out before Super Killer. This painting. That's what will happen.
That's the goal.
It'll take like 3 weeks. Okay, that's. I'm gonna paint it, and then I'm gonna. Stop! Stop with the talking. I'm trying to close the stream.
Or you will never improve at art. So you need to be like, oh yeah, this can take 3 1-hour streams, or this can take 6, and then you make it that good. If you just do it until it's done, you never finish anything, and you never improve at anything.
Well, I'm setting up the. I have to explain my process in order to get to the number. That's. I have to. I'm going to do the outline today. I'm pretty much done with it, with what I have to wait for it to dry, and then just basically paint over. I'm gonna have a series of longer streams, longer than this one. Let's give me like 2 weeks. We'll see how it goes from there. 2 weeks probably to finish this painting. I'm saying probably because I'll probably finish it sooner. So I'm gonna have just a bunch of streams going in the future. It'll be on the Clippaverse channel. So it'll be just me painting, and whoever wants to come in, I'll have the stream out, and it'll be going. I like doing it on Fridays leading up to the biggest problem, because the biggest problem starts at 9 p.m. Eastern time, and that's like it'll be a good way to like get out or something. I don't know. Or at least that's just I'm gonna definitely start earlier next time. That's for sure. Do like 4 hours. This was a little bit of a shorter one. Just wanted to get the grease going. Get the grease rubbing.
Ugh.
That's not a phrase.
Ugh.
What happened to the 4 Cannon stream this month? 4 Cannon Steak stream this month. Here's what happened. The Comic Skate Drama Twitter created a poll of a list of the most hated comic skaters, and he listed Riley and I as one person. Young Clippa, he wanted to win the most hated, and being paired up with me, I'm not as hated as he is, so he would lose. And so he was like, fuck that. Comic Skate Drama, because he did that, no 4 Cannon Steak for this month. So that's what's happened. And he does not want to be associated with me. He's not even gonna be here next time, Chan. Not until I'm done. Not until I'm done with all of these paintings will he be here, chat. He's gonna go and move across the country and live there until all of these paintings are done. And then he's gonna come back, chat.
Keep going.
He has a scavenger. He has an album to record.
Mhm.
He has a banging album he's gonna record, chat. He's in the process of recording this album. It's banging. Clip and Rippa 2. It's gonna be better than that. It's gonna be better than every other music that we've heard on this channel. So he's in the production cycle of an album. So that's what's happening. Damn, a Comic Skate Drama.
So you're saying 2 weeks before we get that show again, huh?
No, it's not gonna be 2 weeks until. So I have to finish all the paintings.
All the paintings. That's just
Yeah.
one. Oh no.
Why? What's your limitation? I do have to travel a lot. And I know that I have to move. I have to do a lot of traveling. The end of May. Yeah, that's how it is. That is how it works. Okay. End of May, since I have to travel a lot, and I know beginning before Dallas Fan Expo, the series will be done.
When is the Dallas Expo?
When is Dallas Fan Expo? What? It's your thing. Also, if you pull up to Dallas Fan Expo and get a video with Eric July saying hi Comicsgate, or go check out Young Clippa's Twitter.
Previously on the Clippaverse.
I'll rip another verse if you don't let me shave you. I'll hell the Clippaverse. Isom cannot save you. I'll rip another verse if you don't let me shave you. I'll hell the Clippaverse. Isom cannot save you. Pull up. Yeah, pull up. Ignore those super chats, you son of a bitch. I'm about to pull up. I ain't never gonna stop pulling up. I'll be back anytime I want to. What's up, Bunny Battalion? It's me, A.S.E. Riley, the king of the Clippaverse.
How come I only get $2, asshole?
I'm about to pull up.
You gave the other guy 41.
I'm about to pull up. You're a fucking pussy! If you don't say sorry, we're coming for you!
I disavow on so many levels.
Hey, Bob. I'm Canadian, Bob. Sing, sing, sing.
Welcome to Mortal Comicsgate. 3, 2, 1. Fuck them up.
Yo, Rippa, what did I tell you about leaving the gates to the warehouse open?
Stop stalking me.
Apologize! Eric!
Get out of my warehouse. Sturgis attack.
Monetize my haters.
Get back up Eric's ass, Sturgis!
Motherfucker.
I'm gonna shave you! Bunny money!
I'm gonna vaporize
Bunny
you.
money! Bunny
Motherfucker.
money! Don't mess with the Bunny Battalion!
I'm not reading your super chats.
Alright! You're gonna get shaved!
Shoulder hair attack. You see, this is what they do. They come into your warehouse thinking that they can shave you, but
I'm
they
coming
don't
for
know
you,
the
Eric.
power of the shoulder hair.
You will apologize!
Stop stalking me, detractor.
It's clipping time!
Hey, what the fuck it is? Motherfucker, it is. It is. Did you just rape me?
What it is?
Don't you what it is, me. Rippa sent it is. Shipping it is what is important it is.
The horseman coming! We will winning!
What it is what it is.
This is what it looks like when you pull up.
Finish him.
I'm gonna grape you! Ha!
Clippality. Winner. Young Clippa.
Ooh, sure. Free fall right there.
Callers have called up saying that they heard a large
Look, it's Matt Barr's career. Oh, that's
now,
the ship right there. Okay, hold on.
Rushing to
All right, here's the ship. Look at it.
Now, a number of officers have called up saying that they heard a large bang and a large boom.
Dude, how do you hit that?
Oh,
fuck, there goes some cars.
Roads around that bridge have now been blocked off. They are asking.
Must be a fucking Asian captain on that or something. Yeah. Man. I don't know how you can fucking hit